So I get asked a lot in my videos how I do the 3D map with a little motorhome driving round. We use an app called TravelBoast. There is a free version or you can pay. It's £22 for the year, not monthly, for the year. The only difference if you do the paid version is you get a few more icons that you can use for the vehicle. But the other reason why I pay it is you can save the routes. So because I do so many, I save the routes and I give them a different name for each one. It is quite a thing to get your head round. So when you first do it, it's just a line between 2 points. I have a very, very good memory for what roads we've been on and what area and what direction we've been in, so I can always work it out. But when you open the app up, you put in the start point and the finish point and it does a straight line between the two. Now it's entirely up to you how much detail you want to do. You move the line according to how detailed you want it to be. Now I like it really detailed, so it does take me a long time. So this video, which is a couple of minutes long, actually takes about an hour to actually make. But everyone really remarks on it, so I thought I'd do a video on how I use it. I'm not saying I use it the right way. We're not associated with them. We don't get paid commission. But the app is called TravelBoast. I'll put a picture on that and show you, and I'll talk you through what I'm doing as we're doing it. So when you open the app, you put in the search bar your start point, the name. Now, I couldn't remember exactly the name of this place, but I know where it was. So this is our trip from Venice into Croatia. So I know where the campsite is in Venice, or just outside Venice. And then you start moving the line accordingly. Now, the reason why I zoom in and out every now and then is to make sure I'm going the right way, because I know roughly which way we were going and what road we were on. This is the motorway in Italy. It was relatively straight, so just put a blob every couple of meters or whatever. So this is where it got a little bit complicated, because when we came out of Italy and into Slovenia, we came off the motorway, so we didn't have to pay the tolls, which I've explained in another video. Now, this bit was relatively easy because it is a motorway and it's relatively straight. But this is where it all goes a little bit wrong, because I actually got this bit wrong. So you'll see me zoom out and realise I've gone the wrong way, and then I'll redo it and go the right way. So this is where we came off the motorway and onto the little smaller roads. We'd call them in the UK B roads, because we weren't on the motorway, because the tolls in the motorway for over 3.5 ton motorhome were just too expensive for us. And you're only in Slovenia for 20-25 minutes. But as you can see, you just drag the line. Now, I use an iPad Pro and I have the pen. So I can do this with the pen, but you can do this with your finger. It's relatively easy. Just drag the line to where you want it to be and follow the roads. So relatively simple. As I say, I do a lot of detail, so I will follow the road more or less exactly. It's just the way I like to do it, because it's something I enjoy doing. Yes, I know it's complicated. So this is where I made the massive mistake. So if you tap on the dot, they disappear. So I removed a lot because I'd already done quite a lot before I realised I'd gone the wrong way. So this is us then coming down. This is actually in Slovenia at the moment. So when you play the map back, there are a couple of settings that you can change. So you can change it from miles per hour or miles to kilometres if you want to. It comes in kilometres. I always change it to miles because I'm old school. But you can also have it so that it tells you the distance you've travelled and also the different countries you've been in. So you'll see right at the end, you get the picture of the flags of each country that you've been in while you've been doing it. So it's very, very clever, but it is quite time consuming if you want to follow the road exactly. which I do. I just think it looks better. And the finished article is well worth it. This route wasn't too bad because there was quite a lot of straights in it and everything else. When I did the route from Zadar to Split, that was a very, very twisty, turny road, and it did take me a lot longer to do a relatively short journey, mileage-wise. But I wanted to show how many corners and twists and turns and switchbacks there were. So I spent a lot of time doing it, but I do enjoy doing it. It's just me. I'm a bit OCD about things like this. But it's relatively simple. Once you get the hang of it, you can follow it. You can move the dots whenever you want. So you can follow it around the roads, as I'm doing here. I do zoom in and out quite a lot. That's just so that I can check that I'm going the right way. And sometimes I'll start from the finish and start working my way the other way to make sure I've gone the right way. So that's me zooming out to make sure I was going the right way. It's entirely up to you how much detail you want to put in. You can do it very simply. I've seen people that just do like a curve between the two. It's your choice. You know, at the end of the day, it's how much time you want to spend. So I know which way I'm going. So obviously I knew then that we got on the motorway because I know which way we went. I remember the numbers of the motorways as well. It's just me. I've always been really good with maps, so this is relatively easy for me. So at the end of this, the other thing that I did was I moved the finish point because I put in the name of the campsite and it didn't put it quite where I wanted it. But you can move that by just holding your finger on the finish icon and you just move it to where you want it. So if you can open the map up quite big, so you can see exactly little small roads, so you can get it virtually spot on to where you are. So this is us just finishing the route off. There's not much more now. So once we get to the end, I'll show you. To change the icon, it's relatively simple. You just hold your finger on the first dot. Oh, that's a tunnel we went through. I remember the tunnels as well. I know it's really weird. It's just the way I am. I'm just wired that way, as they say. So this is coming up to the last bit now. There's not much more, don't worry. I know it's probably got a little bit boring by now, but it's just me. I just like doing this. Like I say, these take me nearly an hour to do each one. But when you're sitting around, you've got nothing else to do. I just enjoy it. And I think it really adds to our videos. People know us for this now. So, and there we go. We're cutting across the bridge. And then up to the road and back to the campsite. So then when you go back to the start point, if you hold your finger on the icon, you can pick which one you want and you can change the colour. So we always pick the little motorhome. Now this is the good bit. You can have this in 16:9 or you can have it for horizontal or vertical. Obviously we select countries. So as you can see, Italy, Slovenia, then Croatia. And then at the end it will show you the mileage, 158. So I hope you enjoyed this little informative video. It is up to you how much detail you put in. I always put a lot in because I like it, but it's your choice. If you like what you see, drop us a subscribe. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up. And if you hit the bell icon, whenever we put a video on, you'll get an alert. And you know me, I'll see you all in the next one. Ta-ra!